Joined now by the President's National Security Communications Advisor, John Kirby. John, thank you for joining us again. Let's get right to that question Mary posed at the end. Has Israel now done enough to meet the President's demands?
Well, we're going to have to watch and see where they go from here, George. Just overnight, they announced some very welcome agreements to open up crossings, additional crossings for aid to get into Gaza. They've talked about a commitment to increase the number of trucks that will get in. Those are good starts, but we got to see them execute and implement those things over time.
And if they don't?
Well, again, I don't want to get ahead of the president or close down his decision space. I think he was very clear with the prime minister yesterday. If we don't start seeing meaningful changes in the way Israel is prosecuting these operations and allowing for humanitarian assistance and working towards a hostage deal and a ceasefire, then we're going to have to make changes in our Gaza policy.
And that means conditioning aid, doesn't it?
Again, I wouldn't close down decision space for the president, but he was very clear with Prime Minister Netanyahu. We've got to see some changes. We've got to see the humanitarian situation improve in Gaza, or otherwise we will have to try to take a look at our own policy and make decisions and change the way that we're supporting Israel.
President Biden also told the Prime Minister that an immediate ceasefire is essential. A ceasefire without the release of hostages?
No, he's been very, very consistent, George. We want to see those hostages home. We want to see that aid increased, and the way to do that is through an immediate ceasefire, a temporary ceasefire for a matter of weeks to allow all that process to undergo.
So you could actually have the ceasefire before the hostages are actually released?
Again, this has all been part of a larger deal we're trying to negotiate. So I think there's been some confusion here. Nothing's changed about the president's desire. An immediate ceasefire in exchange for getting those hostages out and for getting all that extra aid in. That's what negotiators are meeting this weekend to talk about in Cairo. We're going to be part of those conversations. We want to get this done as quickly as possible. As the president said yesterday, we need it immediately.
Iran is warning again of retaliation for that strike against the Revolutionary Guards earlier this week in Damascus. Israel seems braced for that retaliation. What do we know about what's coming?
Well, again, I want to be careful here on the intelligence front, George, but it is a very real, very viable, and legitimate threat that Iran's posing here, and we have got to make sure that that Israel's ready in case there is a set of strikes, and certainly we want to make sure, and the president made this clear to Prime Minister Netanyahu, that they will continue to have our support. I think it's important to remember, and this is a great, it's a great segue, that Israel lives in a tough neighborhood. Everybody's focused, and rightly so, on Gaza and the humanitarian situation there. But they face threats from elsewhere, from Hezbollah to the north, from militia groups in Iraq and Syria, and from Iran proper itself. They're even getting strikes from Houthi-controlled territories in Yemen. So they've got a range of things they got to be worried about, and the United States is going to stay committed to making sure that they can defend themselves.
John Kirby, thanks as always.
Yes, sir.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.